Hi, welcome to the Q&A vlog. This is the fourth installment and the last for the Q&A vlog of the world literature class that I have for summer. And with this, I will be answering 5 questions. Now, before we begin, for those who are new here, I'd like to explain this. So I'm teaching literature, and some of the texts that we have chosen are quite long, so we take time to answer the questions of the students that cannot be, let's say, explained during the synchronous session, and just those extra questions that they have, and they get extra points for participation, for submitting their answers. And yeah, so especially those whose questions have been chosen, so they get the extra points. And what else? So I think this is going to be the last for quite a while, because I am not sure if I will have literature in the first semester. Hopefully I'll still be teaching the same course, or maybe something else. We'll see. All right, so let's hop in. All right, so Love in the Time of Cholera is a novel by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, a Colombian writer, and he's one of the most famous South American writers, and he made the magical realism genre popular, and also he is one of those people who put South American literature on the map. Okay, so Love in the Time of Cholera is one of his most famous works. Okay, and alright, so the first question is from Samantha Alex Satumbaga, and this is her question. It's quite long, but it's basically about how does the novel equate love sickness with cholera, and is love comparable to illness? Okay, so the focus of the questions are actually the symbolism of cholera. So yeah, of course, cholera plays a big part in the story, because there's a cholera outbreak, and so it's part of the context, it's part of the time when the story happened, and it motivates a lot of the actions, so it moves the plot forward as well. So say, for example, when there was an outbreak, Fermina had to leave, so there's an exodus of some of the characters, and then there's the death of some of the characters, like for example Dr. Urbina's father, and then there's also like the general fear of cholera. So one of the themes of the novel is also love as a literal plague. So like cholera is a plague, so love is equated to that. Now let's look at the ending. So the announcement, in the ending, there's the announcement that there's a passenger in the ship, because Florentino did not want to have anybody else on the ship on their way back. So because of course they were afraid of having passengers who might have cholera, and also Fermina was afraid that somebody among the passengers might know her, and she was not ready to let them know that she was seeing Florentino, because they were already old at that time. So the announcement that there was a cholera outbreak in the ship was not entirely false. Of course they were lying, right? Because they were all healthy on board, but it was not entirely false, because Florentino, for most of his life, was infected with love, with relentless passion for Fermina. So his intense passion for Fermina is comparable to cholera in this manner, and he is literally plagued with love. Okay, so raising that yellow flag was a sign of surrender for Florentino, to surrender to love, because finally he has Fermina in his arms. Char. Okay, so there's actually a line from the novel in chapter 2. The symptoms of love are the same as those of cholera. So even the novelist himself already said it, that the symptoms of love are the same as those of cholera. So this is manifested by Florentino. So Florentino's love is sickness. Okay, there's love sickness there. All right, so not not literally cholera, but love sickness. So there's physical and emotional pain. So that's why, in fact, his mom thought that he had cholera because he was in pain, he wasn't feeling well, he was feverish and stuff, but he didn't have cholera. He was just lovesick. Okay, extreme sad siya, no? Well, he was not ordinary, okay, which we will know more as we go along in this discussion. So another strange thing that happens in the novel, which also shows that he was lovesick, was that he vomited after eating, take note, flowers and drinking cologne. Imagine, ikaw siya flower. In fact, in the movie, it was shown nga he was eating gumamela. Nasyak ko nga nung kaon siya gumamela. Mode, because he wanted to know Fermina's scent. So he thought, buang tingin. I don't know. I don't want to conclude yet because they're still discussing. So, nga makain ka ba nga? Nga nun siya, uy, okay na ba siya? Is he normal? Why would he eat flowers and drink cologne just to know, to get a feel, to get an idea of Fermina's scent? Like he wanted to get her scent inside of him. Wow, what passion. Okay, and so so there's physical and emotional pain there. All right, so that really means that he was plagued with love. Imagine, plagued with love. Asa ka na nga term. And so the yellow flag, as I was saying, has two meanings now. The first meaning, of course, is the literal meaning, that there's a cholera outbreak. And then the second meaning, which is the figurative meaning, is of course of Florentino's surrender to the disease, the love disease. So because he was already consumed by Fermina's love. O diba? Mana love in the time of cholera. So nakulira ang yang heart. Ay, pwede ba na? Okay. So now, the second question is from Wendy Marie Terceno. So the question goes like this: what is the role of letters in the novel? So take note that the story started before 1900s and then it ended after the 1900s. So it crossed centuries. It crossed centuries. So at that time in history, uso pa kayo no ang maghatag og mga sulat sa mga trato. So letters are also an important symbolism in the novel. So it has varied meanings actually, depende kung kinsa gitagaan, di ba? Okay. If it's just like, imagine not imagine, but take note Florentino worked at a telegraph kanang center, di ba? So messenger siya. So that's how he met Fermina, di ba? Kana siya gihatod sa balay para sa papa ni Fermina. So na telegraph, na handwritten letters. So basically written communication. So they have varied meanings depende kung who received it, how was it delivered, in what form, di ba? Okay, if it's for, like for example, for Fermina's father, so it's more like kanang formal communication. But if it's between, of course, if it's between Florentino and Fermina, then it means, the expression of emotions. It is a conduit of emotions, between Fermina and Florentino. So that's how they express themselves, especially because, diba, Fermina cannot really date him in public or so they kept it quiet. So through letters, but eventually nasakpan siyang papa after 2 years. So kuwas papa. So by the way, for those who are new here, I speak in Cebuano because it's our native language, and I want my discussion here in the Q&A vlogs to be as accessible as possible to my students who are, not bilinguals, polyglots, because we can understand Cebuano, Tagalog, and English. So Mona, I want it to be more accessible. So I hope you don't mind if I speak in a different language aside from English. Okay, so balik ta. So letters represent the medium for Fermina and Florentino to express themselves, their love, their passion for each other. And it is also a window to Florentino's psyche. Diba nga kanang iyang state of mind ba nga unsa day siya. So makita nimo sa the way siya musulat nga ano siya, extravagant siyang words, sometimes histrionic na bitaw, like theatrical, melodramatic. But some of his words actually kanang itatak gyud nga makain ka ba, he's really romantic. Like for example, I think I wrote it here, and this was spoken in this was kanang sana kanang presented in the movie, in the movie version, in a form of a letter to Fermina. So ningon siya nga, so, think of love as a state of grace, not the means to anything, but the alpha and omega, an end in itself. Beautiful language, diba? Think of love as a state of grace, not the means to anything, but the alpha and omega, an end in itself. So because of those words, Fermina was convinced, okay, to see him. So Florentino wrote feverishly every night, writing letters to Fermina. Okay, asa ka na. So well, it is a good question kay we all know nga writing letters, especially love letters, is no longer in style, diba? At the moment, I mean, in our age, wala na. But then, personally, I love writing letters, and I would love to also receive a love letter. Char! But, well, yeah. So, diba kanang, ba, there's really something there kung handwritten love letter, no? Makain ko ba nga, there's really passion, there's effort, there's sincerity, there's really intention. Diba? Kay effort gud siya sulat niya. Ninduton pa jud ang agi niya, ninduton jud ang words. So, ano yung copy-paste out? I don't know, takabaw. Pero, yeah, but then, lahi ra jud, diba? Especially now in our age, digital na, email, na e-card, mga, some, stuff like that, can just chat a person. So, there's really, like, a special touch when it's a love letter. So, in their case, it's even more so, okay, it was secret. So, when things are done in secret, it's even more thrilling, okay? So, ano siya, that's the role of letters for Fermina and Florentino, and it's a window to his mind as well, the protagonist of the story. So the third question, okay, who is a better man for Fermina, Florentino or Dr. Urbino? Wow. Okay, now in shmoop.com there's like a summary and discussion there's a study guide of this novel, Love in the Time of Cholera, and I like one of their analogies nga kanang you can compare the story, the love triangle, to a high school setup nga, Fermina can be that, smart, sexy cheerleader, honor student, ano nga, gwapa, diba? Triple threat. Gwapa na, bright pa, talented pa jud. Okay, so siya na jud. And then here's Florentino. Okay, the awkward skinny guy nga siguro bugason kaayo, doesn't know how to talk to girls, and naibog niya maayo. And then on the other hand, there's Urbino, guwapo, athlete, o diba? Niya bright, nasa honors class, niya napji car, samot. So who would you choose? Who would Fermina choose, diba? So, well, we already know who she married. Okay, that's Dr. Urbino. So now, let's look into that deeper. So what are the qualities of the two characters? So, let's start with Dr. Urbino. Okay, let's start with Dr. Urbino. You can actually look at the two sides, the good and the bad, no? So, Dr. Urbino, he's a doctor. He's wealthy, diba? So, for sure, kanang siya, yutaan, char. Then, so he is relatively stable mentally, financially. He's an academic, di ba? Naging siya student. So, he's educated and highly respected. So plus points na lang si Sir Anandapita, si Dr. Urbino. However, on the other hand, he lacks passion. He's too professional, too academic. So, wala kayo emotions, which is something nga gipangita pod ni Fermina nga naay daghan ni Florentino, no, nag-awas-awas pod ang passion ni Florentino. However, ang yang bana kay si Urbino man wa siya choice, no, for several years. So lacks passion. So I think no mubura kayo ilahang courtship nga wa kay ninyo nakita or tingali na gi-consider lang gyud niya ang good qualities ni Dr. Urbino, di ba, nga makabuhi gyud niya ba, di ba? Kay di ba he's able to give Fermina a comfortable life, Okay? So, mo na siya ang mga bad qualities niya. So Dr. Bino lacks passion and emotion. Di siya expressive. Niya, he's also a mama's boy in a negative way nga, nga kanang he cannot defend Fermina against his mother, di ba? Niya, he also has an affair. Di ba? Maglagot ka. Charot. So, on the other hand, here's Florentino. So, Florentino, ang iyan lang yung ma-offer, may dili siya dato, di ba? Disan kay siya kay nang gwapuhan. Ordinary lang siya nang. But, ang iyan lang yung offer is love jud kay niya sa Fermina. Nga, kuha na jud ba? It's more of an obsession, di ba? Nga kanang, imagine, kanang, sige siya suwat letters, niya, katong, he had sexual affairs with innumerable women, 600 plus, char. And ingon siya nga, kuan siya kanang sana kanang it was his way of kuan ba kanang relieving the pain without forgetting Fermina. Mo to nga kanang kuan, he had meaningless sex. So mo nang nato question from one of my students, okay, nga why did he consider himself a virgin after having all these kanang affairs with different women, married, widowed, dinanalain. Napag ito'y kanang minor. Okay. So nga naman, why did he have this? Because they were all meaningless sex to him. So para niya, he's still a virgin because ang iyang soul, iyang gi-reserve, iyang heart and soul, iyang gi-reserve for Fermina. So mo to yung meaning nga ningon siya nga he's still a virgin. So yung desire for Fermina is like a cholera, na plagued siya with love sickness. So, for me, it was a good choice for Fermina, no? Because it could have been toxic if say Florentino ang iyang minuan, di ba? If they stayed together, if they married, okay? Especially at a young age, grabe pa kayo ang energy, mag-away to sila, possessive kay si Florentino, oh my goodness, diba? Kuyaw kayo. So anyway, I think she made the right choice. But of course, ganan sa tanong nga kanang passionate atong. But then I don't know, depende sa to ni Fermina. Maybe dili kay siya expressive pag kay ni kan, or I don't know, din sa ta ka blame. Char. Basta man akong kanan nga kanang on the surface, based on what we know, based on what the author has given us, I think Dr. Urbino was a better choice. Okay. Basta para na magwi tendency nga dark si Florentino nga murag matoxic yun ang relationship. So she dodged the bullet. Okay, char. Okay, now ari na ta sa next na question. So moto no. So there was a question of why did he consider a virgin, and we already answered that briefly earlier, no? Because it was meaningless sex for him. So he was reserving his heart and soul for Fermina. Now, to delve deeper into that, let's look at the themes of sex and morality. So let's focus on sex. So in the novel, it was a way for characters to escape life, not just for Florentino to numb the pain, but also for these women to escape life. Kay nabi uban nila nga minyo sila, but they were not satisfied sexually, so they had an affair with Florentino. In fact, di ba, gipatay ganitong isa sa yung bana kay nasakpan katong gipinturahan iyang tiyan ni Florentino. And ang uban widowed, di ba? So they're already lonely. So they have that affair with Florentino to escape life. And in a way, sex represents power and control. All right? Then Florentino manggod, he realizes that women find pleasure and self-affirmation through this act. Okay, especially because they lived in, ang setting nila ba was a conservative society, kanang Catholic, women were considered subordinate to men. So dili gid kayo kanang strong ang strong ang position sa women in society at that time. So they found escape through the affairs with Florentino. And also for Florentino, sex lies outside the moral sphere. So muna kuyaw kay siya thinking no na separate niya ba ang sex, outside siya sa morality daw. That's why he was able to commit 2 crimes. One is he committed rape, and then he also had sex with a minor, ito si America Vicuña. So in these 2 instances, like for example in terms of rape, actually, he did not rape. he was raped. That was his first sexual encounter. So he was raped. So that triggered, why he has a different mindset, perspective about sex, ana. And makita man jud nimo nga lahi gid siya sa morality niya kanang kay ano mo, di ba? He had these meaningless affairs from good. So when they died, or when it gets kwan ba nga kanang it gets dangerous nga hala basig may balaan, his immediate reaction is always selfish nga kanang hala basin madaot iyang reputation, saon na lang iyang company. So dili bitaw kay siya magunahon na og hala saon na lang babay, wag siya ana nga thinking kay para niya it's just an affair. Okay, so more like save yourself ana, because I'm gonna save mine ana. So wala yun siya emotional connection sa mga babay. Shakit. And also take note nga this is a sensitive theme, diba? This is a sensitive theme, but the author has written this in a neutral tone. So nganong neutral man, so wala niya gi sensationalize para or gi-emphasize pang ayo ang isa ka kuan nga against ba or for it ba siya. No, neutral iyang tone nga naman, because he wants the readers to decide for themselves, for them to question morality. Unsa man sakto ba si Florentino or di, it's up to you, not up to me even as a teacher, but up to the readers, the students. Unsa man na para ninyo ana bitaw. So and also it's not only for them to decide for themselves or to question morality, but also for the for the readers, okay, to differentiate sexual interactions that are potentially liberating and those that are dangerous, potentially harmful and violent. So mo na siya ang pwede pud na pilian ba sa reader bitaw asa man ato nga kuan. So katong yung interaction with the women kato, those are potentially violent and harmful, di ba? In fact, nagpakamatay biya to si America Vicuña. So it was harmful niya. Napatay to ang kato si nalimot ko sa name sa usa, basta katong nasakpan siya siyang bana kay gipinturahan niyang tiyan. Kato siya. And then you can say na the liberating potential or the sexual interaction with the liberating potential is the one with kanang Fermina. Okay, kay mo man yang love, diba? So mo to nga nakuan siya kanang ni-surrender na siya sa iyang love at that point. So all right, where are we now? The next question is this is the last question from Naomi Magdasal. So why did Fermina reject Florentino when she came back? Diba? Okay, so when Fermina's father learned nga she was exchanging letters with Florentino, she was sent away, diba, for her to avoid Florentino, because the father was against them niya. They promised to get married. However, so they had this long engagement. Fermina said, yeah, let's have a long engagement, of course considering the father, but then eventually the father learned about it, and so she was sent away. Now when she came back, she rejected Florentino. Why? Because she grew up, she matured, and she learned na Florentino isn't the right man for her, and ano, diba? So wala lang na siya giklaro gid kay naman sa to siya cousin, diba nga. Sige, encourage niya nga Dr. Urbino is a good choice. So motong wala lang po siya ni balik ni Florentino. Okay? So whether she regretted her decision or not, we cannot really say. So how about you? If you were Fermina, would you choose Florentino or Dr. Urbino? Okay? Sana lang. Now, ninth question day, one more additional nga question and answer nga part. Kanang there was one student who asked na kanang nganong moment to'y kamatayo ni Dr. Urbino nga natagak siya sa mangga kay gikuha niya ang talking parrot now. Because mura siya bitaw kanang come full circle ang situation ba kay di ba nabitoy affair ang doctor, so murag na baslan siya through that mga kusabot, especially when you look at the movie. That was how it was presented in the movie version nga when Dr. Urbino had an affair with one of his patients. He would leave early Sunday morning niya iyang tabunan ang cage sa mga parrots niya. Mato, when he was already old, mato katong parrot ni saka siya sa mangga, di ba? Gikat-kat ni Dr. Urbino niya, tagak siya. So, murag in a way na nakabaws ang parrot niya ba. So, I don't know if you agree with me with that. So, tell me in the comment section below. What do you think? Nganong moment to'y namatyan ni Koan, of all the ways that Dr. Urbino could die, nganong katuman ang gipili sa author. Okay, so para na ko na siya to make a situation come full circle. Okay, because the parrot is aware man of Dr. Urbino's actions. Yeah, talking parrot niya siya. So anyway, that's just my interpretation. Okay, so that's the beauty of literature actually. We can have different interpretations depending on the approach or the point of view that we're going to choose. So just like sa Birthday Girl, diba? So when we discussed Haruki Murakami's short story entitled Birthday Girl, there were two major questions. The first one was, what was the wish of the birthday girl, which was never revealed until the end. And then the other question was, who was the narrator in relation to the girl? And there were so many speculations. Like in terms of the birthday wish of the girl, yun sila nga, it could be something about like work or career in the future, but because the wish, it was described as something that a 20-year-old wouldn't normally wish for, some of the students believe nga she wished not to make a wish, not to have to make a wish anymore for the rest of her life, which I think is possible, diba? Kay she was tired already at that point in the story. Okay, when she had a fight with her boyfriend, something inside her turned rock hard and died. So wishing that, not having to have to make a wish anymore, just to live life as it happens. That's kanang highly possible. Kay marag mo connect siya ba sa event sa life sa Birthday Girl. Then when it comes to who is the narrator to the girl, they also have several speculations na nainingon nga it could be the girl talking to herself, which I think is not that possible. Nasiningon could be the owner, but then he was already very old. So by the time he got married, maybe by the time she got married, maybe he already died. Then another one was maybe it's one of the chefs or a waiter or someone. But to me, could be the ex-boyfriend. Diba? I really believe that they broke up. Okay, with that boyfriend who turned her stone cold. So it is possible that it is him as the narrator. Yeah, they're talking about the past, like what happened that day. So that could have led her to really end the relationship, and so she could start again, diba? Ana lang. At mo bitaw ningon tong narrator nga. Another reason why I believe that particular interpretation is because ni ana magud ang narrator. Did you regret your wish? And because it affected him. if he was really the ex-boyfriend. So ingon siya nga no. Right? I mean, wala man siya niyong yes or no, but then ingon siya nga, I'm married now with a CPA, they have children, she has time with her girlfriend. So in a way, she was living a comfortable life. So nothing to regret about. Right? Okay, so that's it. Wow, sorry, kay nag-jacket jud ko ron. Wala lang, feeling ako mag-jacket. Walang ko'y gawas-gawas good tungod sa quarantine. So, please, can indulge me na lang in my jacket. So, mo lang na siya. Chak, chak, chak. Charot. Okay, so thank you so much. And then to my students, thank you in advance sa inyong comments. And as usual, those will be added to the participation points. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for watching the last vlog. Good luck on your final exam. Take note, only 1 hour and a half, so don't be late. And then there are 2 parts, diba? The multiple choice and then the quick essay. Alright, then that's it. Thank you so much for being with me this summer class, and I hope that you learned something from me. I hope that you enjoyed all the readings, and I hope that you have learned to appreciate literature more because of summer class. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Yeah, it's actually, I don't know, 8 o'clock at the moment. Sige na eh. Bye-bye. Good night.